right, everybody. So one of today's frequently asked questions is this. How can I stay motivated learning English when it appears so hard? Now, as you can see, I'm wearing a little hat today on with a little yacht, and it's a full-on windy day in my city today. The wind can seem so overwhelming that it can almost destabilize you. The same applies to learning English. We can become so consumed with the storms and the wild waters that we forget to take that very first step of just putting our foot on the boat or dipping our toes into the water. So my first tip for you today would be just to start. Start with something that is manageable. Perhaps a full hour or two long lesson is just too much for you and it seems too intimidating and overwhelming for your journey. How about committing to 5 minutes? Perhaps you love exercising and you would like to learn how to train your body while listening to English, and this is all that you've got capacity for in your day. You can simply take a YouTube video or any exercise video that tickles your fancy, plug it into the English Mastery Hub website, subtitles will appear, you've got the magic dictionary tool to help you, and then while you're doing something that you love and it makes you feel stable and strong, such as training at the gym, you have got an audio clip of the version of your video translated into English or into your native language, depending on what video you are listening to. Staying motivated requires consistency, but that consistency doesn't mean pushing yourself immediately. A skilled sailor on the seas never dominates the transatlantic seas immediately. The sailor will start with just a small journey, and that's the tip that I'd like to impart on you today. Perhaps you're taking a bath and you've just got 10 minutes to immerse yourself in an English audio clip. Perhaps you just want to commit to learning 3 new vocabulary terms a day. The point is just to start somewhere. Dip your fingers into the sea of learning or jump on the boat and just make a personal commitment or a declaration. What helps me is if I actually take a piece of paper and I write a sentence down that commits myself to learning. So you can say, I, Kirsten Shaw, which is my name, am committed to this process of learning. I believe in myself. I believe in my potential. I believe that I can take this journey. And I just want to remind you that the English Mastery Hub team is there to give you full support every step of the way, no matter how afraid you are of the journey. Write the commitment down. And if you're brave, you can start to grab hold of a journal or a blank notebook. And every day when you wake up in the morning, just start by writing a few sentences down around how it is that you feel. How do you feel about learning English? How do you feel about your day? How do you feel about your work? What are your challenges? What are your highlights? What are your lowlights? Just start writing. Nobody needs to see it. Nothing needs to be publishable. There's no performance pressure and there's no marks. It's really just about taking that first step. I'll give you another example. I wanted to learn how to surf and I kept procrastinating for weeks on end until a friend of mine said, Kirst, have you taken your wetsuit out of the cupboard? Have you got your zip fixed on your wetsuit? And that was my first step. It wasn't necessarily mastering surfing immediately. It was just committing to the process. So it really does begin with your attitude. An attitude that is motivated, even if you're a little bit afraid, is far better than an attitude that seems positive but that gives up really quickly. Be truthful, be honest about yourself. Perhaps you're feeling afraid, intimidated, overwhelmed. Why don't you start with a piece of paper just expressing how you feel? If you'd like to learn some words on emotions, the English Mastery Hub dictionary is there to assist you. Start by expressing what you're feeling, whether they're positive, negative, or neutral emotions. Such a great way to get in touch with your own ability and your own expression is to just check in with your own heart. Learn about the different emotions on the Hawkins scale of consciousness, learn about the colorful emotions wheel, pop onto the website, start to read books with characters that are learning to express how they feel in difficult situations. Another tip that I've got for you is to pop to the grocery store, and when you're making a meal and buying ingredients, start to write the words down. You don't have to make sentences just yet. You can add these to your My Glossary. You can create stories down the line on the website. But for now, just commit to learning a few new words while you're at the shops, or while you're exercising, or while you're commuting to. Another question that I've got as part of our frequently asked questions list is, how can I improve my writing skills in English? Again, we just start. Every morning consistently wake up, or perhaps the evening is better for you, and just express your day. What was the most exciting part of your day? What was the most daunting or difficult part of your day? Start by writing. There are amazing resources online on the English Mastery Hub website to improve your writing skills. But today I just want to encourage you to just take the very first step. Start by writing down everything that scares you, whether it's in life or learning a new language or a new skill. Start facing your fears. Start facing the things that make you afraid. Because that's how we move forward and that's how we go. When things linger in the dark and we don't want to see them, that's when we avoid them. We distract ourselves conveniently because we don't want to grow and we don't want to evolve. But I just want to remind you, we have a very committed team and we want to see you flourish into the best possible speaker that you can be for you to reach your full potential. So imagine yourself as a little caterpillar crawling through that cocoon. I want to invite you to take the very first step. A lovely reminder for you as well is that the English Mastery Hub website really doesn't involve much risk on your side. There are no costs involved at this stage. Everything is completely free. Endless grammar lessons, articles, a magic dictionary tool. Everything is available for you to play with. There is no performance pressure from any of us. The performance pressure that you may be feeling and the lack of confidence is all self-inflicted. It's all coming from your own mind. So if you learn to master your own mind, like a sailor learns to master the storms, you will start to sail and you will start to fly. There is an amazing book called The Mountain Is You. And it's a reminder that it's so easy every day to get lost in all the distractions and mountains and challenges around us. But where are you limiting yourself? Perhaps you're wanting to travel abroad and become a fluent speaker. Perhaps you're wanting to write a book or accelerate your learning process with higher scores. Why are you holding yourself back and self-sabotaging when you've got an amazing team and a website that is committed to helping you? I want to encourage you today to soar above the mountain, to identify it. Identify where your obstacles are, where your lack of confidence is, where your attitude might need a little bit of fine-tuning, and just commit to starting. Remember, if a surfer wants to learn how to surf, he doesn't have to study all the surfing tips before he gets into the water. He just needs to buy the wetsuit. Same, guys, for you. You're wanting to learn about the process? Buy the tools, or in this case, just engage with them because they're completely free. There will be a cost at a later stage, but for now, the resources are all freely yours. So I just want to encourage you to just take the process of committing to start, believing in yourself, trusting the journey, being excited, changing your attitude, saying, I can do this, I have the ability, I have the resources, I have incredible mentors online. And give yourself a date. Maybe it's a year, maybe it's a month, a date where you would like to see or measure your growth. You'd like to see the potential expanded and embodied. Have a wonderful day and chat soon.